Okay, so welcome to a video game I have wanted to do on this channel. Since this game came out, pretty much, I am playing the Definitive Edition, which I have not touched before. This is the first time through this. I haven't played this game in a really, really long time, so I could be a little rusty. First off, let me turn off this awful speaker thing, because that is just distracting. Controller speaker, go off, because you're not necessary. I'm also going to see how far we can go without the subtitles, because the subtitles in this game look really awful, and they just kind of distract from the, whatchamacallit, from the actual gameplay and cutscenes. So here we go, I'm very excited for this, because this game is pretty amazing. Let's go. Play it on normal, because, I'm scared of hard.
A famous explorer once said that the extraordinary is in what we do, not who we are. I'd finally set out to make my mark, to find adventure. But instead, adventure found me. In our darkest moments, when life flashes before us, we find something that keeps us going. Something that pushes us.
There's such a disparity between the pre-rendered stuff and the in-game cutscenes.
This would happen.
Come on, Doctor. Help us out here.
No sign of Robin Lara.
Jonah! I'm here!
How come they didn't go for anyone else? Like, why did they just go for Lara? Like, there's an entire group of people up there for the pickings. When did this happen? When did Square Enix just, like, acquire these weird licenses? Like, they got Hitman, they got Tomb Raider, although Hitman's, like, I think on its own again. Whee! Already in control, yay. So, I don't know, I feel like I'm playing this because I feel like these games don't get the praise that they deserve. Like, I feel like people aren't really talking about these games. This game and Rise of the Tomb Raider are absolutely incredible. Oh, Skeleton Man just came out of that for some reason. What's the goal here? Am I supposed to set myself on fire too? Let's see, what am I doing here? So I can't really control her very well. Oh, okay, I gotta light the rope on fire. Yeah, like I said, it's been a little bit since I last played this game. Also, let's leave that on a cliffhanger. I want to fix the audio levels. Dialogue, SFX and dialogue, that's going to be fine. I'm going to bring that down like a little bit. We're going to bring that down to that. Just because in that one cutscene, the music was like really loud. Come on, catch on fire, goddammit. Oh, maybe that wasn't what Lara intended. Now her legs are on fire. And here comes the worst part of this game, is how the game just continuously shits on Lara. It's like, good God, we're not even 5 minutes in and she's already been pierced by a little spiky guy. It's a little, I think one of the most notorious things about this game is just how many brutal death scenes there are for Lara. And I think some people are like, well, why you gotta do this to Lara? You know, she's a girl, you can't keep doing this to her. And the counter-argument would be, well, look at Resident Evil 4. Look at how many grisly ways Leon can die in that game. But the difference between the two games is that this is not a horror game. So I don't know why Lara has so many grisly deaths. Look at that guy. Or is that a woman? That's a woman. Seems like this is an island of women haters.
That was loud.
And we just got a hashtag dab on those haters. I don't know, the PS4 version doesn't look much different. I think Lara looks a little bit different. I think her hair is a little bit more detailed, which is, you know, obviously what you want to work on. I remember when the PC version of this came out, they made like a big deal about how they made a model for Lara where, oh, that's so weird, in Rise of the Tomb Raider it's the other stick. I'm not used to that. Like, every individual strain of her hair was modeled, and it looked good, but it completely broke the game. I remember that. Let's light this up. This is gonna be put out again, isn't it? Like, almost immediately. Wait, what? What does it want me to grab onto? What the fuck does it want me to grab onto? This? Yeah, it's just about the only thing I can grab onto. I love how this is just one of those video gamey things that I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth, but why was this Rube Goldberg machine designed like specifically to get me out of here? There's no other explanation for that. There's a lot of like weird video gamey things in both of these games. Also, this game and its sequel are really trying to bring back QuickTime events, and I'm not too happy about that. That's probably the worst part about these games, is that they bring back the, like, Resident Evil 4 style. I don't know why I keep bringing up Resident Evil 4 in this game. The Resident Evil 4 style, even Bayonetta 1 style, QuickTime events where they're really quick and you have to act, like, immediately, otherwise you're dead. And it's kind of a bummer, because you know, those have been going away slowly and steadily. Which certain games just bring them back, and I hate it. Am I in control of Lara right now? No, I am not. And I gotta say, I love when these games kind of, it's like an Ouroboros, they eat their own tail kind of deal. How Bayonetta was a response to Devil May Cry, Devil May Cry 4, and then DMC Devil May Cry was a response to Bayonetta. Uncharted was kind of a response to Tomb Raider, and then Tomb Raider was a response to Uncharted, but honestly, I think these games are more consistently good than Uncharted. At the very least, I'll say this game is way better than Drake's Fortune. Uncharted 2 is one of my favorite games of all time, so I don't know if I would say that Rise of the Tomb Raider is as good as Uncharted 2, but I could say it's definitely better than 3 and 4. What is that? Can I climb up that? No, I cannot. It sounded like I was sizzling there. What's that gonna do? It's gonna set me on fire. Or to quote the great Frank West from the greatest video game of all time, Dead Rising 4, light my balls on fire. What the shit was that? Greatest video game of 2002. Why could I burn that box? Alright, so I remember that I'm supposed to send all those barrels down there eventually, but I thought it had something to do with this. Look at that. So that does that, but I gotta put something in there first. I think I gotta bring that up, so I gotta bring this down. And then that fills that up. Is that enough burning boxes? And I'm glad that they went with a more, like, realistic approach to how Lara looks in this game. Because her old design really was pretty silly looking. You know, like, just the dopey glasses, the tank top, and really short shorts. It's a silly design. And she's more like wearing what an actual person would be wearing in this scenario. Oh boy, let's try and not get her skewered on anything here. Oh, it's not that yet. There's that one where you're slip sliding away. That's pretty brutal. I think it was, was it Conan O'Brien played it, and he was just like completely aghast at how brutal some of the deaths are. That was hilarious. Where was this guy? He was not anywhere like behind me. Was he following me throughout that entire sequence? Okay, this ain't your daddy's Tomb Raider. We rated M in this bitch. Uh-oh. God, I forgot about this. This is kind of silly. Whoops. I was looking at something else. I wasn't even looking at the screen. It's a good thing I looked back. But yeah, see that it's Resident Evil 4 style, but the timing is like Bayonetta 1, which the timing in Bayonetta 1 sucked ass for the QuickTime events. Those were the worst. Her hair looks so out of place in this game. And she also looks better than everything else in the game. Like, I feel like they worked on her model in the PS4 version and then kind of left everything else a little bit similar to how it was in the original. That's pretty cute. So here we go. Let's start raiding some tombs, boy. Another thing with this versus like Uncharted, I would have to say I like the gameplay of this rebooted Tomb Raider series way more than Uncharted. Uncharted's a little too linear, I think. For an adventure game that's supposed to be like exploring and finding treasures and shit. Treasures? I sound drunk. This game does it so well, like, it's amazing. What? The voice command is recognized or rejected. What? Show map. Can I plug in my PlayStation camera? Show map. I'm not doing that.
Okay, take it slow.
Can these go away in games? Like, every single goddamn time you have to walk across a log in a video game, it's always really annoying. Especially when it's 6-axis controlled. Although thankfully that one was not, like, retrofitted to be 6-axis controlled. That would be something they would do. If they're, like, rejigging parts of this game to be like, oh, here the controller speaks to you and you can talk to the game. I'm glad they didn't make that, Yeah, I'm glad they didn't make that change. And yeah, I think, keep in mind, this is the first time Lara's done anything like this. I'm pretty sure she's not, you know, this isn't veteran Tomb Raider Lara Croft. This is brand new babby girl Lara Croft on her first big adventure. So she's doing pretty good. She's already on, like, Nathan Drake levels. God, Lara just absolutely gets shit on this entire game. It's nothing like this in Rise of the Tomb Raider. This is, like, the one big problem that I have with this game, is that it gets a little unrealistic at a point where she just gets completely shat on this entire experience. Yeah. That's a lot of fun. Now, usually they'll show you which walls you can scramble up because of that white paint on it, but you can still scramble on non-white walls. It just... If there's something up there to grab, it's better. Like, that was a bad example, but usually you can do it on most surfaces.
Sam! They must have come this way. Sam? Roth? Can anyone hear me? I've got to find them.
It seems like it's a one-way radio right now. I wonder if I can change the controls where, let's see. No, absolutely not. Where's motion controls? Oh no! Those are gonna go off. Voice commands off. Controls, R3 weapon zoom. Camera, hold objective. I guess I can't change the controls then. Unless I was just a giant dope and couldn't see. Oh, great. It's just like, what more can go wrong for Lara? Stay tuned and find out. God, this game is so goddamn cool. I love this game. Get out of here, crows. This is my spot now. My giant ass boots. And fingers that clip through my shirt.
Looks abandoned.
See, in a survival situation, this is where I nope out. I mean, granted, I wouldn't have survived any of the stuff that she's gone through already, but when I'm faced with making a fire, that's where I stop, because I don't know what I'm doing.
Please respond.
I know she's supposed to be cold, but I really wish she would stop shivering because it makes the game look weird. It makes it look like it's stuttering, and it's not supposed to be like that. Oh, so she didn't even, like, she just happened to have matches. So never mind. If I was in her situation, I'd absolutely be able to start a fire. The situation I wouldn't be able to do is the, like, you know, scratching two sticks together to make a fire.
Here's the soon-to-be world-famous archaeologist, Lara Croft, in her native habitat. She's on the hunt for the lost kingdom of Yamatai.
Wow, look at how much
Fabulous
shittier she
info,
looks than
mythical
Lara.
Sun Queen, and ancestor of yours truly.
Sam, this is serious.
Oh, sweetie, I know. I'm just trying to lighten the mood here. Everyone's so on edge. What are you so worried about?
I'm close to something. I'm sure of it. I just don't know if the others will listen. Or even if they should.
Lara, you know this stuff better than anyone. Seriously, I'm not just saying this to make you feel better. I trust you, Roth trusts you. You got this. Now let's take a break, okay?
Okay. And Sam, thanks.
She's not always this serious, you know?
That camera lens is filthy.
How can you suggest I'm not serious about this expedition, Lara? It's not just Sam's family funding us. I put my savings on the line, too.
We've all got some kind of stake in this. The funding won't last forever, Whitman.
That's precisely why we should push east, not west.
No one believes Yamatai is that far east. The books simply don't support it.
Well, whoever wrote those books never found Yamatai.
I've talked to Roth about this. There's no point in following in other people's footsteps, Dr. Whitman.
I refuse to bet my reputation on your hunch. I'm the lead archaeologist here.
And when were you last in the field without a TV crew behind you?
Got 30 years experience, 2 PhDs, 1 in East Asian history. So why don't you just stick to boats, Mr. Grimm?
Ship, Dr. Whitman. It's a ship. Don't need a PhD to know that.
Going east will take us directly into the Dragon's Triangle. That's where we need to go.
Lara, my little bird. I'd follow you almost anywhere, but that place has a bad energy.
Bad storms, more like. Makes the Bermuda Triangle look like Disney World. Sign me up.
The stories about Queen Himiko say she could summon storms. Myths are usually based on some version of the truth. What if Yamatai was somewhere in the triangle itself?
Well, look, this is the satellite imagery from inside the Dragon's Triangle.
That doesn't look good.
If it's wet, I can sail on it.
Oh, don't tell me you're seriously
Reyes is right. We don't have the funds to piss about. It's now or never. Lara's offering fresh ideas and a plan. I'm the captain here. It's my decision. We're going into the Dragon's Triangle.
Why am I even here?